Herzlich willkommen zum zweiten Spiel bei den Atlanta Hawks. Ich bin Rektalyn, ihr schaut Weplaygamesforu und das ist NBA 2K16.
Coming home, New York City, baby. I'll be honest, I'm pretty excited. Mama, Pop, Cece, yeah, they're gonna be there. Playing in front of them in an NBA uniform for the first time is gonna be a special moment for me. Now I know all of Harlem's gonna be watching. No pressure, right? It's all good though. I've been waiting for this my entire life. And I'll be ready.
Ich finde das ehrlich gesagt nicht so gut, dass die erste Saison so storylastig ist und vor allen Dingen dann in solch komischen Ladescreens präsentiert wird. Das ist so der einzige Kritikpunkt bisher. So.
We're coming at you from beautiful New York City as the Knicks prepare to take the home court. Last game for the Hawks, they picked up the W against the Pistons. And they put it all together in that game. It added up to a phenomenal win.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way. And that really wasn't the case in that game for them.
No, there was no hard way about it. I mean, they got their points.
Get away.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Clark, one thing about the Hawks last year is they were very strong on the road, as you could have guessed.
Yeah, but Kevin, they struggled a little bit down the stretch on the road, but still managed to have the best road record in the East.
Ach, scheiße.
Here's Galloway. He had a 12-point outing in their
Gibt's doch gar nicht.
the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And also give him credit for his ability to pass the basketball. He was always looking for the open man.
Outside Hardaway. They set the pick. That's tipped. Pass to Scott. And he feeds it to Splitter. Clock at 6. Splitter with a screen on Calderon. Schroeder passes to Freak. Shot. High post.
Und drinne, jawohl.
Freak's got his first 2 points of the night.
Boy, this game is off to a flying start.
Yeah, we're seeing some high-octane offense from both sides in this one.
Es hat sich, denke ich, echt gelohnt, zu investieren ins Werfen.
Dishes it to Galloway. The feed now to Williams. Out of bounds.
Jawohl!
Here is the 2K leaderboard with last season's two passing teams. The Hawks second.
Just a gifted passing team. They play the kind of basketball that fans love to watch. Very unselfish and fluid offensively.
Now let's go over to Doris Burke, who spoke with Derek Fisher. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. He talked about the challenge defensively, going up against a team that can really execute.
Shit, da war ich jetzt zu mutig.
Most of every single possession. They won't settle for tough shots. We have to make them take difficult shots, contested shots. Guys, let's see if they have what it takes.
Very good, Doris. Thanks. Well, guys, you think they'll be able to make that strategy work for them?
Oh, man.
They're a very high percentage shooting team, so he's right to focus on playing the tight D. As for whether it'll work, we'll see.
Hey, sometimes you just got to tip your hat. Even tough D can be outdone by good offense.
They set the pick. Splitter with no one around.
Wie uns keiner unter den Korb lässt, ey.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Für mich ist nur die Mitspielerbewertung im Moment wichtig, weil das am Ende entscheidet, wie oft wir den Ball bekommen.
Williams inside, guarded by Hardaway.
Yeah, Rebound. Sehr gut.
Splitter with a screen on Williams. Here's Schroeder.
Jawohl. Gut gemacht, Junge.
Schroeder's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Calderon. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. It's the Knicks. They're up by 2.
Gepunktet, einen Rebound. Sehr gut.
Break, so don't go anywhere.
Oh, wir werden auch gezeigt. Sehr schön.
And before the game, Carmelo Anthony talked about how he prepares himself mentally to carry this team.
It's easy. It's basketball. It's out there having fun. It's out there working together. You know, the biggest thing is the defensive end. As long as we keep that up, we're going to score enough points to, you know, possibly win basketball games. So I'm definitely not concerned from that aspect of it.
Okay, gut.
You don't hear too many players, Greg, saying it's easy and they're not too concerned.
Yeah, or talking about possibly winning basketball games. But I have a feeling he's more concerned than he talks about, and when he says.
And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's
Knappes Spiel, wir liegen hinten.
Knicks lead by 1. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime.
Die berühmte Ansprache. Was ich krass finde, ist, dass jedes Stadion gleich gebaut sein muss. Mit der gleichen Inneneinrichtung.
All right, fellas. Still anyone's ball game right now. A few things from the first half. I'll start with what's been a solid offensive effort for us. We're shooting the ball well because we're not trying to do too much. If the shot hasn't been there, you guys haven't forced it. Good work. Now I'll give credit where credit is due. We've taken very good care of the basketball. Turnovers were scarce, and we need to keep it that way. And let me touch on tempo for a second. We're not out to use the whole shot clock, but I would like to see us get set up offensively. And that's all I wanted to go over with you.
So, nicht viel, was zu sagen hat. Ja, wieso werden die? Achso, doch. Oh, eine andere Choreografie. Cool.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honest.
Keine Ahnung, ob ich das jetzt gut finden soll. Also gefällt mir nicht, finde ich nicht schön. Nur weil alle synchron rumzappeln, heißt es noch lange nicht, dass das eine echt gute Tanzchoreografie ist. Oh, Point Guard sogar.
Freak comes in for Kyle Korver. On the court for Atlanta. Freak, he's in at point guard. Scott is out
Ein Junge hier.
And there's Teague. And it's Holiday.
Teague, du bist so ein Depp. Warst schon immer einer und wirst immer einer sein.
They weren't on the same page there.
Zumindest in der NBA nach meiner Meinung.
New York's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them.
Whoa, sehr gut.
Well, I tell you, last season was a big one for the Hawks and Coach Budenholzer. Their dominant season won him multiple Coach of the Month titles, and eventually he won the Coach of the Year award.
The dish to Anthony from 12 feet out. That one
Scheiße.
to the right, but drops in for him. Anthony's got 11 points.
And he's been the catalyst all game long. Love how he's distributing the basketball.
No doubt about it, Greg. I mean, when the offense runs through him, it's really smooth.
Und er sitzt.
Freak's got the game tied up here for Atlanta. It was pretty obvious, I thought, Greg, that Budenholzer was the deserved coach of the year. I mean, Steve Kerr, there are a lot of good names you could put in there. But what he's done taking the Hawks to the top of the East, a few saw that coming.
I agree with you. I mean, he has transformed this Hawks team over the past couple of years. Has a wonderful team game. And, you know, obviously a lot of influence coming from Pop when he was with San Antonio. But
Scheiße.
really, I think, redefining how the game of basketball is being played at the pro level.
Oh, gegen Anthony müssen wir verteidigen. Scheiße. Der hat uns einfach stehen gelassen, ne? Als wären wir total scheiße. Super. Und ein Assist abgegriffen. Läuft gerade ein bisschen. Ich hätte gerne noch eine bessere Wurfquote im Moment. Aber man kann nicht alles haben.
There's Galloway, and it's Anthony at the elbow. To the left wing.
Sehr gut.
No good.
It's almost as if there's a lid on the hoop for him right now. He still hasn't gotten one to fall in the court.
Scheiße.
The Knicks have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Anthony dishes to Galloway. Here's Porzingis. That's good.
Oh Mann. Warum defensiver Kollaps? Hallo? Willst du mich verarschen? Ich war genau auf Position.
Well, nobody said, Greg, being in the NBA was for the faint of heart. The Knicks in a few short years.
Okay, das gibt's doch nicht.
Unfortunately, to the worst team in the NBA.
Hard to fathom, Kevin, that the Knicks did enter last season with playoff aspirations, but that quickly vanished. They were just completely overmatched and overwhelmed.
And the basket good. And taking a good look here at the hustle stats for the Knicks.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
But also, they put the offense on its heel. Look at the number of steals they've
Schon wieder.
And that's something they also can take great pride in.
They get it again. And lots of contact.
Teague hat gefoult, ey.
Nice work to get it inside and drop.
So schwer Pässe zu spielen, finde ich.
Not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
The Knicks have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
Yeah, gut. Ausgewechselt. Kommen noch mal rein und wir sind dick hinten.
Checked in. Atlanta also making some changes here. Muscala, he's checked in for Splitter. Scott comes in for Paul Millsap. And Freak subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. They've got Amundsen.
Oh, man.
Williams is out there with Calderon. Then there's Kyle O'Quinn. And it's Anthony in at the 3. That's the 5 for New York right now.
Ihr entscheidet euch mal, wen ich hier decken soll.
Pass to Calderon. There's a good screen. 6 on the shot clock.
Scheiße.
Work there coming off the screen. And the Knicks lead by 16.
And they feel good about this win tonight, guys. Defending their home court.
I agree. Job well done. They gave
Jawohl,
fans
was ein Pass und
exactly
das
what
ist.
they want. No matter what they've
Sehr
tried,
gut.
the D just has not been able to deny them the ball in the paint.
And it's a big key thus far in this game, Clark, because whenever they've gotten the ball in the paint.
Letztes Mal haben wir ja nur 4 Punkte gemacht. Und diesmal 4 Punkte, 2 Assists, ein Rebound. Läuft.
Yeah, and I thought good execution really played a big part throughout.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now to our good friend Ernie Johnson, who is standing by in the studio.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Na, mal gucken, wen sie gepickt haben.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Carmelo Anthony.
We've seen so many performances like that over the course of Carmelo Anthony's career that we've gotten spoiled. But we shouldn't fail to appreciate what he has been able to do tonight. He was spectacular. when he doesn't try to do too much, Carmelo Anthony is absolutely lethal, and he had it going tonight.
Just a sensational performance on a lot of levels, Ernie. Too many levels to talk about. Man, in some game, he's in the background. He doesn't get the chance to be the star of the show, but not tonight. He's the star tonight. Put him on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.
Shaq sieht da total deplatziert aus, finde ich irgendwie, als wäre er viel zu groß für den Desk. So, ne, wir gehen weiter. Oha, was jetzt?
What a life, eh, freak? 1 minute you're playing 21 and horse on the courts in Harlem, and the next moment you're in the showroom, configuring the gunmetal and graphite exterior of your luxury car and your iPad mini. Oh, I bet you get a crazy crowd when you drive that car around the block in the old neighborhood, huh?
Yeah. Living the dream. Bad pandemonium. But folks from back around the way are real proud of me.
Yeah, I hear you. Local kid makes good. You know, it kind of reminds me of when I took my tech stock public and I rang the New York Stock Exchange bell, and my mom's friends called her up and said, "Maggie, is that your son on Bloomberg News this morning ringing the bell?" And my mom says, "Yes, sirree, Bob, it was him." That was a great moment, freak. And you know, our lives, like a pearl necklace of great moments, all strung together with the finest silk thread of memories. And we have to be very careful how we cultivate those pearls and we thread that necklace.
Does this meeting by any chance have to do with Vic Van Leer?
I grew up in the burbs, freak. I wasn't poor, upper middle class, comfortable. My daddy worked as an accountant for one of the largest insurance firms in the country. Smart with his money. Mom didn't have to work, went to boarding school. And my dad died of a heart attack when I was a freshman at MIT. I was a movie geek, wanted to be a civil engineer, but I made my fortune by becoming a hybrid of both those interests. My dad didn't want me to be an accountant. Oh, listen to this. My best friend was a guy named Isidore. Yeah, we called him Izzy. He was one of the smartest human beings I have ever met in my life. I mean, Izzy was taking second-year college calculus courses as a high school sophomore, right? Straight-A student, full ride to MIT. Izzy had the world at his fingertips. But he was always looking for trouble, and trouble found him. He ran with the wrong crowd. And when we got to MIT, he got this great job working for a financial consulting firm in Boston. But every weekend, he would fly to Vegas. You see, Izzy had a system for counting cards in Vegas that had the big casinos on the Strip. Oh, it's stymied. He would come back to MIT with suitcases filled with $200,000 in cold cash.
What?
Yeah.
So your man Izzy was getting hit off like that?
Like a fat rat in a cheddar cheese factory, freak.
Okay, so what happened to this dude Izzy? Because he's dope.
No, not dope. Dead. After he'd been missing for 3 weeks, the Nevada State Police never found hide nor hair of Isidore. And our friendship took a hit when he asked me to hang out with him in Vegas, and I said I wouldn't do it because I knew he was on a dark and twisted path in his life. And yes, he was my dude. But no way was I gonna throw my life away trying to show my loyalty to a guy who really and truly didn't understand what loyalty was all about.
So this meeting is about Vic.
Demente.
Okay, well, sir, Vic isn't Izzy.
He's dumb as fuck.
Why's that, freak?
Well, for one thing, you and your dead friend Izzy didn't grow up poor. Me and Vic grew up in a neighborhood where we had to look over our shoulder every 2 seconds to make sure nobody was going to walk up on us and rob us.
True. Izzy and I did not grow up in the hood. But we, like you, thankfully grew up in a two-parent household. But even that wasn't enough for Izzy. He wasn't satisfied. He was always looking for a 5-alarm fire when he already had the warmth and comfort of a loving family. This is not about class warfare, freak. This is about the consequences of making bad choices and risking it all when you feel like you have nothing to lose.
Vic is like a brother to me, sir.
But you shouldn't be Brother Vic's keeper, freak. Would a brother go looking for trouble and put your career and your livelihood at risk by getting into fights at nightclubs and seedy after-hour joints and then scream to the media, "Yeah, it's all good, I'm an FOF, friend of freak. It's all misunderstanding. Y'all be haters, don't hate my game." I don't think a brother would do that to someone they really cared about, but a guy who looked at you like a meal ticket would.
No. So you don't understand Vic.
Really? I don't understand.
No.
Freak, du bist ein Depp. Warum kann ich keine Entscheidung treffen?
Look, man, it was a misunderstanding with the guy in the next VIP booth. His honey started flirting with me. Naturally, I started flirting back. Next thing I know, Captain Cornball's off my grill piece beefing. Next thing he know, he got a 2-piece and a biscuit on his left eye. Hey, I don't know who hit him. And it damn sure wasn't me. Hey, Captain Cornball's mad because I'm an FOF, friend of freak. Hey, but check this out, though. He needs to train that hottie before he leave the house, though. Yo, he's hot as ain't loyal, man.
Lass ein Arschkopf, ey.
What's there to understand? Are you freaking blind? You know, I just want to know, how much did you pay your lawyers to make all this go away?
Almost $100,000.
Excuse me, son, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said I paid almost $100,000.
Exactly. And if you keep riding shotgun with Vic, you're gonna go broke. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Look, Vic is my friend, and I grew up with him. How many times I gotta tell you?
Oh, God, freak.
Not a request. I am not asking you to do this. I am telling you to do this. And the first order of business is that Mr. Vic Van Leer is banned from traveling with you on the road. Vic is banned from the locker room. And Vic is banned from this arena. And if I catch this guy, Vic, in or anywhere near the facilities, Mr. Vic Van Leer will be arrested for trespassing.
Jawohl, gut.
Brother, I'm as serious as cancer. We all know that can be deadly.
No. Me and Vic were kids, playing summer tournaments at the Dome. We always imagined making it to the pros. And after the crowds left, just a street light was on the court, like 11:30, 12 midnight, even 1 in the morning sometimes. We used to practice player introductions, running on the court, giving dab, high-fiving the teammates. Vic, he would act as an announcer. You know, he would introduce me and announce my name on a loudspeaker, and the Jumbotron would flash my image like a little guy dressed in long shorts and a jersey. And now, fresh off his 3-game, 62-point scoring streak, the youngest player to ever do so in NBA history, Frequency Vibrations. So me and Vic would sit in those empty bleachers at the Dome and dream like nobody's business. And now I'm living a dream. For real. And in so many ways, Vic was part of that.
Please, listen to me. I mean, I know this guy's your dude from way back.
Look, me and Vic go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
That's good. We go way back. Did you say front seats?
Front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
We go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac. Well, do you have any crickets? I'm going to be the hit once again at Herbie Allen's Sun Valley Shindig because my fellow billionaires love it when I walk and talk that talk.
So that almost sounds...
No, let me tell you exactly what it sounds like. I respect, admire, and most importantly, love you as a human being and a role model. But I pay you a lot. And I mean, I pay you a lot of money to play for my team. And I am in this game to win it. And you can't win it with an albatross around your neck like Vic. So Vic is done. History. And here's some more lingo that I picked up from a former megastar who used to play for me several seasons ago. Thought I would never release him until I did. And now he's the sixth man on a struggling team in Venice. And yeah, I'm talking Venice with the canals and the gondolas and Harry's bar, not the street ballers next to the fortune tellers on the beach in Cali. This guy used to tell me when he thought there was a player destroying our team, don't be a hero, cut that zero. And that is what I am telling you about Vic, freak. Don't be a hero, cut that zero. The only thing Vic brings into your life is headache and unwanted and unnecessary negative attention. And it will begin to affect your mindset. And when it affects your mindset, it's gonna affect your play. And when it affects your play, it's gonna affect my team. And when it affects my team, it's gonna affect my money. And if it affects my money, Google Translate will become your new freaking friend. I want a championship ring, freak, and I want you to help me get that ring. And banners after banners hanging from the rafters in this arena. So, freak, hear me clearly and hear me good. V, G, Vic, gotta go!
Er hat recht. Und Freak ist ein Depp, dass er das nicht erkennt, ey.
Handle your business. And remember, that contract you signed contains a morality clause, a very important clause that revolves around your conduct on and off the court, and how it can negatively impact my team. Now, I don't want you to have to learn Italian or Croatian as a second language. And hey, playing pro ball overseas, there's nothing wrong with that. But the arenas are nothing like this, nor will the money be the same. And on top of all of that, this is the US of A, the greatest freaking country in the world. Ask yourself, is Vic worth all that? Think about it. Think long, think wrong.
Jawohl. Vic muss weg.
He has his bad rap. It's not, and I understand some of his judgments might shadow his actual character. He's not that at all. Man, Vic, let me tell you something. We have love for each other. We're brothers. Blood couldn't make us any closer. I mean, he has so much loyalty to me.
Oh man.
And to my family. You can see even Cece, has issues with him, but he still loves her. He still loves her.
Was ein Idiot, ey. Freak, du bist so ein Depp. Das mag ich nicht, wenn mir Entscheidungen abgenommen werden irgendwie. Das finde ich total Banane. Ich hätte jetzt gern die Entscheidung gehabt, okay, an Freak festhalten oder Kack auf Freak. Und dann hätte ich mich für Zweiteres entschieden. Warum habe ich eigentlich Freak die ganze Zeit gesagt? Ich meine Vic, natürlich. Vic, Kack auf Vic. Und Freak mag ich auch nicht im Moment. Aber das ist eine andere Geschichte. Wir sind ja Little General. So, aber davon abgesehen, vielen Dank fürs Zusehen. Wir machen jetzt einen Cut an der Stelle. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao, ciao.